Welcome to the south side of Chicago, where we're here at the Remix Church, and I thought I'd stop in and talk with Pastor Navarre Massey about what he's doing to reach the masses here in Chicago. So, Pastor Massey, welcome to the Harvey Show.
Yes, my pleasure.
Let's start with the name. Why is it called the Remix Church?
Well, we find that the remix, Jesus was the first remix, and when he came on the scene, and John the Baptist, took him under and baptized him, as soon as he hit the scene with his ministry, he changed the game, and so that's what we feel that God has put in our agenda to change the game of how people see church.
You told me that this church is kind of unique or different in that you have a different approach in how you are reaching a segment of the population. Tell me about that population.
Well, we find that a lot of people don't like coming to church because they don't like the tradition of church. So we're pretty much just radical with our worship. We don't dress with the three-piece suits on, not to knock anybody that does, but we just pretty much come as you are. T-shirt, jeans, sandals if you want to, it's whatever. So that's what the remix is all about, being free.
Do you pastor alone or do you have help?
Of course I have help. God has sent me a helpmate, truly indeed. Her name is Massey. She's the bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh. And actually the story is she was actually pastoring before we got together. So when we came together, we formed the Remix Church together.
I see the sign love. I guess it's self-explanatory.
Well, it's the number one commandment. God says, love is the number one, and then loving each other as we love ourselves. So that's the second. So we believe that this, we call this the Welcome Center, but a lot of them in the church call it the Love Center. So we want to make sure people feel the love when they come in through the doors, and this is the first doorway or the first walk path or whatever you want to call it that they'll actually go to before they go in the sanctuary. So.
Before I let you go, Pastor, what is it? What's the message here in Chicago when you think of the crime, you think of so many things that the city is known for, and of course the city is a beautiful place. Right. What do you feel is your mission? What is your vision?
Well, we're on the south side of Chicago, so it's not the side that people normally run to when they start pastoring. And we find that God has us here for a reason. And so while we're in this community, it's our job to impact the community, to revitalize the community. When you look at the word remix, it means to do over or do again. And so we value that name and stand beside it wholeheartedly because we want to offer people out in this community a do-over. And that's what people need. They need to know that with God, there's multiple times that you can make those mistakes but still get back up again and say, you know what, I have a purpose. And so that's what we're trying to do, to kind of revitalize the community and encourage the people to know that they can do it again.